This is time for the Sunraysia. It's a winning feeling, and I tell you what, he came back from Darwin, and he was in the winning feeling, not just after the efforts in Darwin, but winning on the footy field 2 weeks in a row for the Ouyen United Kangas, and they've really got their season back on track. They've won the Cua Cup, and I'm going to welcome him. Andrew Wilsmore, how are you?
Very well, thank you, mate. It's good to have that winning feeling, yeah.
Now, I want to ask you about the Cua Cup, because it's not just the Redcliffs, because the whole essence of it. Just give the background of the Cua Cup and just how it's been played and who's played it over the years.
Yeah, so it started out 8 years ago. Tony Cua was the president of Ouyen United, and just a fantastic president, fantastic bloke for the community. He was running Ouyen, and we actually poached his two kids, came out and played for us, probably against his wishes at the time, but his daughter was seeing a local Walpiap boy, and she came out, and his son came out as well, actually coached our second. So the Cua Cup originated against the Walpiap Underbull footy team, which was us against Ouyen. So that's how it started 8 years ago, and we just carried it on. Once we joined the Sunraysia League, we carried that tradition on against his original club in Redcliffe. So it's been an 8-year thing. Tony was just such a wonderful individual, just such a hard-working community member, and look, taken way too early, but we're certainly honoured to remember him every year.
So well said. Thanks, Andrew, for the background. And I'll tell you what, on the footy field, they remembered him. 1910, 124. Redcliffe's 412, 36. Oh, what a demolition this was. And it was Kane Stevens this time, showing why he's been recruited to the club. Booted 6 goals and absolutely dominated in the middle. And he's in medal-winning form.
He is. He's leading the Footballer of the Year in the awards up here. It was certainly the Kane Stevens show on the weekend. Whether he's through the midfield or resting up forward, he's just so hard to stop in some absolute match-winning form at the minute. So Kane certainly leading the way. Similar story with the regulars, the Alex Morris, Heath Smith, all had good games. Wilsmore was once amongst the rock goals again. So just really, really starting to find that little bit of form and confidence and building. Yeah, it's great.
No, great stuff. Building. Brad Valance too, the co-coach, he is always a good addition to your side. He booted 3 goals in a good performance. In other senior football matches across the Sunraysia, it was a big win for Irimple, but only just 10-9 over Merbeen, 5-10. Mildura over South, 14-6 to 12-6 in probably the two sides that are going to be in the bottom couple of rungs. The one that everyone has been watching this year's Wentworth, 12-11, another win over Imperials here, 8 goals, 6. So a great performance there by Wentworth. And I did actually see, I reckon on Facebook somewhere, one of the Wentworth boys who was down at the Bendigo Pioneers, he's, I think, been picked up in the mid-season draft.
Okay, yes. I know Josh Carmichael went. He was in the Sunraysia League last year and went across to West Adelaide in the sample. He got picked up.
Well, I reckon that's the lad. I reckon he was a Wentworth boy.
Was he?
Mm.
Big mate, could be, yeah. He went across to the sample for the year, and he's gone to Collingwood. I think it was pick 7. So, look, congratulations to him, and wonderful effort. He certainly strive to get the most out of his football, and he's on a list, which is fantastic.
Great stuff, yeah. Hopefully I've got that right, because I did note something through the week on that. But, gee, what a good performance by Wentworth. They are going great guns. Let's go to the reserve grade now and have a look at your boys, because, again, it's been a tough season and a lot of players coming up and filling up at the higher level. And so in this game, you came out and got a much-needed win, a 10-6-66 over Redcliffe's 7-5-47.
Yeah, it was. We lost a few players to the seniors. Obviously, we lost our 2 kids on the Thursday night to Pioneers, and then Dean Staunton was a late withdrawal on Friday night due to some playing issues, and then Benny Mole had a foot injury, so we lost him on the Saturday morning. So our seniors stole a few players, and we grabbed a couple out of the car park to fill the seconds, and really, really good committed effort. We certainly didn't have it all our own way. But yeah, look, they really dug deep, and it was a really commendable performance. We were very, very happy with the result and the way they played.
Tell you what, Ryan McKay's a good player. Will Grigg, he's in the best players every week. David Jeffries likewise, and Bailey Pengelly, one of the kids that's come through the ranks. Milinovic was good, and Luke Summer-Hayes. Milinovic with 3. Lawson, who's been a regular, Nathan Lawson, with goals every week, I notice. Kicked a couple again, and Summer-Hayes a couple on the score sheet. It brings us to the 18s, and I want to, you made mention Luke O'Shannessy and Joel Grace. Both went down to the Bendigo side. Am I reading it correctly that the boys played so well that you're not going to get them back again this week?
No, unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but look, they did. They played really, really well, and they've held their spot. So they're down to Werribee this weekend to go again. So unfortunately, they're out of our team, but fortunately for them that they're still involved at that level at the TAC Cup. So look, congratulations to them, and look, we know how they can play. So we certainly expect that they'll be spending more and more time down that way, and we'll reap the benefits whenever they come back.
Certainly will. I'll tell you what, the 18s didn't quite get it their way because, as you say, some good numbers have been going up and playing senior football, and the kids like those two lads who are gun footballers and would make the Ouyen United 18s a really competitive outfit, lost to Redcliffe's 2 goals, 6-18 to 14-17. A couple of good players though. Blake Smith coming along beautifully.
Yeah, yes, he is. Really good up-and-coming young footballer. He's got a couple of older brothers that are performing as well in higher grades. So he'll be a good footballer down the track. He's a pretty tall kid, and I think he rucked most of the day and performed really, really well, developing nicely.
He is. Young Isaac Scott's a good player. Dustin O'Shannessy, that name means he'll be good. Aidan Pengelly and Caleb Farnsworth. Notice young Caleb Farnsworth in the better players each week. In Billy Catanat and Benjamin Nile or Nihil, or how do you say that again?
Yeah, it's Nile, mate. Nile, yeah.
I might just have to get NILE or something on my paper here so I can remember it. Well played to the 2 lads kicking a goal apiece. Under 14 grade, and it's been again another tough day out for the lads, but they've come out and given it their best, which is all you can do, and their coaches are certainly proud of them doing so. 1 goal against 10 goals, 6 for Redcliffe's.
Yeah, similar story to a few weeks back. So I think young Finn Brown performed really, really well again. He's never very far out of the best players. So the boys will be back out there again this week and doing their best for sure.
Aidan Searle and William Shattuck, Nathan Peterson, Kevin Rose and BJ Wilson were the better ones, and Adam Grace kicked the only goal for the lads in the blue and white outfit. Okay, it brings us to this week, and it's round 7 action and a chance for another win for the Ouyen United. The Kangas, you venture up to South and at the brand new magnificent Mildura Sporting Precinct. They've spent millions on it, but South Mildura, the side that plays there, is struggling on it, and I reckon the Ouyen United Kangas can win the senior match.
I hope so, mate. Yes, we're heading up to the big $10 million precinct up there. So apparently the surface is magnificent. So they're talking AFL standards. So that'll be great. Our boys love a really quick track. So got a few changes. Dean Staunton, after his little flight mishaps last week, hopefully he'll be here. So he's an in. Our co-captain in Benny Miles got a foot injury, which is looking like possibly going to keep him out for another 4 to 5 weeks. So that's something that we did not want. So he'll be out, and there's a little bit of COVID floating around. So another player in Joel Monaghan is going to have to sit out. But we brought in a couple from the seconds. Ronnie McKay, who's been in great touch, has come up. Dave Jeffries has also done really, really well in the seconds, and he'll come up and help Andre out in the ruck. And Dean Staunton in from Darwin. So a few changes, but we'll try and settle the team down again and just go about our work, mate, see if we can get the job done.
Yeah, now, does that mean a few old fellas from the car park are going to have to pull on the togs at this magnificent new sporting precinct? I reckon there'd be $10 million spent there, but the 2 blokes that you get out the car park, they might not be worth $10 million.
No, we're going to be fortunate, or because of the under-18s being done, we're going to steal a few of them. So there's some really good kids there. Ethan Munro, who played in the seniors last year, and he was omitted today, so he'll have a run around in the seconds and try and build up that confidence and build up that form that'll get him back into the senior team. So we're going to steal a few under 18s, and we should be able to field them both teams hopefully successfully.
Yeah, that's good. No 16s and 18s playing this weekend. The 14-year-olds, well, they come up against South Mildura, and it'll be tough for them because each week we sort of talk about it. It's a development thing to get kids and get some games and get some experience for them. But when they come up against South Mildura, who are top of the table, I think it could be a mercy rule.
I think this could be a tough one, mate. Yes. And we might steal their top 5 players and try and even it up a little bit. But, could be a pretty tough day for the kids out there, I'd imagine.
It's going to be. But the kids, we've mentioned some good kids that we've got coming through, and that's all part of the training and coaching. No doubt the parents, it's getting game time too for the kids. So well done. All right. I know that there's plenty of game time going on for you blokes as you've got farming pursuits to carry through. Plenty of rain this weekend up around Underbull.
Yeah, it was. I think we talk about it every week and say what a magnificent start we've had. But had really good rains again at the start of the week. So the Mallee is looking as good as you'll ever see it, I believe.
Beautiful stuff. Andrew Wilsmore covering football, looking good as ever with the Ouyen United Kangas senior side, winning some matches and on the trot on end is good to see. We'll catch up with you next week.
Cheers, mate.
And just a quick correction on that Wentworth player was actually Oscar Folkhead, who has made his way onto an AFL list. So congratulations to him. He's been absolutely fantastic. So in the mid-season draft, he's been picked up by the Gold Coast Suns. But Josh Carmichael, correct what Andrew did say. He's from the Merbein Footy Club and via West Adelaide is making his way to Collingwood. So terrific for the Sunraysia and for local lads making their way onto AFL lists.